Man, it's been real. Man, fuck. Say anything.
Anything.
Yeah, thank you. I wanted that for introduction.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
The Bro Talk Podcast.
In the name of the Father and the Son.
1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is a filler episode. Tafadhali, do not come for our next The Bro Talk Podcast. We are back. We are live. Okay, as that now we are live. As that the day of the recording, and I have a few people in the studio, and we are having a discussion about happy wife, happy life. So I will allow the lady in the room to take over.
What?
And say her piece. Yes, I'm throwing you under the bus like that.
Happy wife, happy life. It's true. Oh yes, a happy wife makes a happy life. Mm-hmm.
The brother there seems to disagree.
Yeah.
And I'm with him.
I definitely disagrey. Depending on someone for your happiness is feeling a little bit, and it doesn't feel all right to me, because if you ask me, there is no happy life, happy husband. There's nothing like that I've ever had. But the reason I say this is because I feel like the society at the moment is really focusing and cautioning the girl child and the women of the society, and forgetting about the man in the society. So the aspect of inclusivity is what makes me not sit well with this. So I totally disagree with you.
Lady in the room, anything to say?
I think many people misunderstand.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like now the lady has to be happy at the cost of the man.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're not, I don't believe, if you're not happy, can you make someone happy? Is that even possible?
Mm-hmm.
Because we say hurt people
yes.
hurt others.
Hurt people, yeah.
Yes.
So happy people make happy people. So if you're happy, you make me happy. And if I'm happy, I can't make you hurt.
But do I have to make you happy so that I can be happy?
No. If you are happy, by default, I'll be happy.
By default? What is by default, man?
Okay. I think she has a point. She definitely has a point when she says that happy people make happy people, and hurt people hurt people. Mm-hmm. So my only concern with the statement is that it is not inclusive. That is what I keep going back to. So until it sounds inclusive, or until it is inclusive in the sense that what does the woman do to make the husband happy? And what happens when they're in disagreement? Does it mean the man has to, bend a little bit so that he can support the wife and make the wife happier? I feel like there's something wrong with the statement. That's it.
Because coming now to add on to your point, Yako, let's say, for example, I don't say guys have mommy issues, but for lack of a better term, guys have mommy issues. Guys who grew up where they've always been told, hey, you're wrong. And now they've grown up knowing they're always wrong. But at the back of their mind, they know they're right. And eventually, time always proves them. Time always vindicates them. So does it mean that now for that guy, happy life? Or does it mean for that guy, until if he sees that this is wrong, and the wife needs to apologize, and the wife refuses to apologize, does it mean that, does that statement still hold water? I'm asking the lady in the room. It's a simple question.
That's a tough one.
Being that you see the way they say, or not they say, you see like that for ladies, the first man they relate with is the father or the brother. Mm-hmm. The opposite is also true for the boy child or for the man. The first lady, he or she, the first female, he relates with is the mom or the sister. So if it is that the mom is always telling him, hey, Kijana, you're wrong, then time always vindicates him. Those rare occasions, I'm not saying that, but I'm talking about those rare occasions where time vindicates him. and it shows that she has been right all along. For that small percentage, and I'm going to reiterate, for that small percentage, does that statement still hold value? Does that statement still hold water? Sorry.
It does.
It does.
Yes.
How?
I think it does because, as you've said, that the first woman in a man's life is the mother or the sister, or maybe the guardian who is female, maybe aunt. So, depending on how their relationship is, it will really dictate. It will like make the foundation of how this guy is going to relate with other females out there. And now, that's why I say, but most of the time, women, I believe here they are older than him, or even if they're younger, even if they keep on scolding him and just telling him, vile tumezoea in our society, you should be a man, like don't cry and such stuff. I feel like I'm contradicting myself right now, but it's sour. I still the way they, that is why also here tukisema happy wife happy life inamaanisha also a lady has a part to play to make yourself happy. There are things you need to do. It's not entirely on the dude.
Yeah.
Exactly. You have to be willing to be happy. You have to be willing to be made happy. You get?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, what I can add on to what she just said is that I'm going to base this on experience, yeah? Don't ask me how I got the experience, but just know I have the experience.
No, how? No, how?
I'm going to speak from a dating experience. And generally in our society, as you've realized, is that when we are in a relationship, we tend to really figure out the love language of our partner. And you might find your loved one or the person you're in a relationship with has a gifting. Gifting for them is their love language. For some, it's words of affirmation. For others, it's touch, But in this scenario where we are talking about happy life, happy wife, happy wife, happy life. Yeah, I feel like there's some imbalances in it, because you normally find yourself in a relationship. You are trying to do what your wife wants, in the sense that you believe that by her appreciating the words of affirmation, or by the gifts that you give them, that you are at peace with them and at ease with them. And in reality, it's not that. It doesn't work out that way, because you find yourself living some. If you're not a person who gifts, right, and your wife is, or your lady is a person who loves gifting, does it mean that you have to put it under the carpet? Or what do I call it? Like
Kanyagia.
Unakanyagia yani your story. Assume I don't like this, but I'm gonna have to do it just to make her happy. Is it really sustainable in that sense?
You have to be compatible. If you can equate relationship, you're calling her your girl and she's calling you my whatever, my man. You have to be compatible. You have to be comfortable, or you have to learn and be comfortable doing that which makes her happy, and for her the same. The way you've said about love languages, you're not a person who likes gifting, or you don't do gifts, but she likes being gifted. She likes being surprised and stuff. So you have to learn how to do that. And if it doesn't work, then you can't have that relationship.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's really, for it to be a happy life, then there has to be compatibility.
You see? Back to my point, inclusivity. Did you notice she said it herself? Like, there has to be that compatibility. It is not one-sided.
No.
So when we say happy wife, in as much as it is contagious and we know that it means the husband is happy, there has to be that compatibility. And I feel that's what this statement lacks. And I don't know whether we're basing our debate or our conversation on the statement or, the current situation that we live in. I don't know. Guys, maybe I can ask what are we really...
Just the statement, because the current situation.
Yes.
Hey, you guys.
Situation tofauti.
Because current situation.
Background, it's not everything.
All right.
Because we have, I'll give you the best example. We have this guy, Jeff Bezos. So they divorced him.
Yeah.
He's literally the richest motherfucker in this world.
Mm-hmm.
He's the richest. So money was not an object. No, true, money was not an object. So you can't say that she wasn't happy for us.
Mm-hmm.
No, money doesn't make you happy.
Money
Makes you happy, but you
Check
cannot
you.
say she left him. No, we cannot say she left him because maybe
Right now she's the richest divorcee in the world. Ever.
Yeah.
it's
How
such
do
a
you
bad
explain
thing.
that?
Yeah, she's not $70 billion or something, yeah.
I don't know.
Huh? She was worth 140 or something.
You know,
Yeah.
if you think on that, in that line, that makes us view women like they're after the money or after the wealth, which is not so. Because if she was after that, then hakungekuwa na divorce.
But see, the problem is, again, the way the world is, this society has always played these cards or these cards. There's always someone is always there for something, not for the relationship. It's always for something for them to gain. Jeff Bezos, this guy Bill Gates. For me, for those of us who love that music that I love, hip hop, Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is a billionaire.
Our own Mutua.
Abel Mutua.
Mm-hmm.
As we could make a whole list, and these names would not end. So, what is it that?
And is it Abel Mutua? Just correct?
No, it's Abel. It's Alfred.
Alfred, yes.
Alfred.
So let us not say someone is divorced.
Oh, no.
Abel is kujia manze. Siko ubaya manze.
Kurugenzi.
I'm sorry. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a CS now.
Yeah, he is a
Foreign
CS
Affairs.
nominee. Yeah.
For foreign affairs.
Like in how much jewelry we feel from first lady to let us not.
Goring.
Anyway,
Oderi.
I still insist you have to find what makes the lady happy. Because if you think money is what makes her happy, and maybe it's not money. To some girls, it's money. There's money, I stay. There's no money, I don't stay. But to some, it's not money. So you really have to know what is it that she is there for, and what are you there for also? What are you getting from it?
I think this conversation comes at a very timely time.
So in short, they don't know what they want. Tonle?
Okay.
What?
That is why if you're told to explain what a girl wants or a lady wants, you need a dictionary type of page.
It's easier. This joke. It's easier to build a 6-lane dual carriage highway from America to Hawaii than to understand the species.
Trust me, it's complex. And I feel like this conversation is very timely because we're just celebrating the World Mental Health Day, right? It happened like 2 days ago.
2 days ago?
Yeah, 2 days ago. Because
yeah.
yesterday was
sorry,
for the girl child.
Sorry, as at this recording,
yes,
it was 2 days ago.
Okay, as at this recording, it is 2 days ago.
2 days ago, yeah.
And the mental health day really brought out the fact that a lot of marriages, a lot of relationships are collapsing, and because, and especially,
a lot of men are collapsing.
And a lot of men are collapsing.
Yes.
Like they're suffering heartaches.
Because
They complain about, not actually complaining. It's now the time that they're getting the confidence to speak, because long ago, or the ages of our fathers, guys could not openly speak about what they were going through in their marriages. But I feel like the world is evolving to a point where men are becoming more confident and are able to show their feelings, which is a good thing. And we should appreciate the men who speak up, because we don't want men to die and kill themselves and die with their own issues. Yet if they came to such a sharing platform or to, with their friends during that evening hangout and spoke about the experiences in marriage, because okay, I am a very young man, but I interact with 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds, and they're in marriages, and they happen to speak about marriage and how the atmosphere feels like at this point in age. And most of them are saying that this rule of happy wife, happy life has really missed them, because they feel like they overgive themselves, or what can I call it? Wanna sacrifice a lot to just make their spouses happy,
and it is not reciprocated.
And it is not reciprocated, because I feel like at the end of the day, what is the woman also doing to make the husband happy? She can be a prayer warrior. She can also be.
Hallelujah.
She can also be the one handling some of the errands, like may say the school fees of the students or of the children. But everything is left to the man. What do we say?
This is where I say, tafadhali ladies, forgive my French. So,
all right.
Pussy is not the only. Tafadhali.
It's not the only thing you can do.
It's not the only thing. Yeah, tafadhali. So please, it's not the only gift. Yes, it is very good, but it's not the only gift. So, think outside the box. It's one of the many. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah. So I feel like let's approach this with the mental health, wellness in mind, and let's realize that the wife should also be someone who can listen, someone who can improve the quality of the man, so that at least we can say it's now happy wife, happy life. But without the woman coming up on board and not leaving everything onto the man, you're gonna have a lot of issues. Yeah. What do you say?
I still insist. The same way hurt people hurt others, the same way happy men make happy wives. If you're not happy, you cannot make a happy wife.
I agree to that.
That is so true.
I agree to that.
Relationship is two-way. She can't be entirely happy and you're not. That is even selfish. That is not even a relationship. If you're happy, you make her happy. If you're not happy, you make her not happy.
But the problem is that is ideally that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Lakini kwa ground.
Tofauti.
Watu wanavumilia.
People are selfish.
Then
people
walk away. Why? Mbona unavumilia?
That is something you have to
Why are you letting yourself be drained?
There are a lot of cultural, issues involved. There is that, stigmatization. Sorry, not stigmatization, but profiling by the community. If you have a failed marriage,
No, even stigmatization, because let's say she was to be, let's assume you're dating, huh?
Yeah.
You two, then she's done beating you. Surely it's
utataka
and when I say beating physically, you see, so this, as in, okay, us as men, there's that we'll make fun.
Yeah.
But okay, this is one thing people need to understand. For us men, the way men talk, we make fun of serious issues.
True.
Because you see the funny side of everything. Yes, everything, even death has a funny side.
There's never a dull.
Even death has a funny side. So yeah. So of course, let's say example now for you to let's say you two are dating. Then we are friends, huh? Then I know she's beating you. I laugh at you and tell you, how do you?
How even?
Then of course now me being in, I'll tell you now you do this, try to do this, and try to do this 1, 2, 3, and the other.
Yeah.
You're expanding a point. Sorry to cut you off.
It's okay. I feel like you were just trying to implement or rather enforce what I was saying. Yeah. For me, the mental health aspect is what is coming to mind when this statement comes. Whenever I see this statement, I'm normally like, but the man, what is the society doing to change that narrative for them? Are they even introducing wife training? Like wife training classes where women, I know they only meet for
people should be taught how to be wives.
Yeah, people should be taught. Like there has to be a space especially, you know, even with the TikTok era coming up, those are our wives. We are 20, so our wives are, if tuliamba wenye tutaoa wako class 3 ama class 5, and I don't know
it's about class 3 class 5, but
let me assume, like, if you the general the room has people around their 25 or 22 to maybe 27 here, right? And I'm imagining the people we are gonna be marrying in the future are 5 years younger than us, most probably, right? For you, tunajua kidogo
5 years plus or 5 years minus.
Yeah,
Depending.
So
Depending.
Depends.
Depending, like now for you, probably if you want 5 years older, being that you're a female. Yes. So for us, it's 5 years younger, being that you're men.
Yeah.
That's
so
also depending.
Imagine these guys are so used to TikTok. They're so used to seeing all those couples, you know, couple goals. I don't know, those joint TikTok videos. And here you are, 25 years, 5 years older than your wife, or maybe your lady,
your wife to be,
and you're trying to get that compatibility to work. How do you expect, like, the man to know how to communicate with the wife without a basic training? Because there are some things that the wife has to understand that the man cannot do. The man cannot engage in. And I know the society has some constraints to it, but I feel like there is something missing. You
see, before you start calling each other husband and wife, you are friends.
All right. That's key.
You are friends. You tolerate TikTok. You tolerated it when you were friends. Now you're married. What has changed?
TikTok has changed.
Before you get married, you have to be friends. Like, the basis should be friendship.
But remember, the mind also grows, right? Like, we marrying at this age, I'm 20, I'm 5 years older than you. It's not the way I'm going to be thinking 5 years from now. And that's not the same way you're going to be thinking 5 years from now. Priorities change, ambitions in life, and even maybe the general direction you were planning to go, maybe career-wise. So just to accommodate that and make it very compatible for the wife to be happy and essentially contaminate the husband with happiness as well, I feel like we need to have a basic training. I don't know how we are going to make it fun to the young couples coming up. But I think somebody should think of that business idea and, you know, start an app to train the ladies. And also the men can be trained on how to make happy wives. Is that a solution I'm offering? Not
happy wives per se, but I would say how to deal with the modern woman.
Modern woman?
Yes.
But you already know she is a whole dictionary. How are you going to change that?
No, see, you know, like they say, independent woman. Of course, there are ways of dealing with the modern woman in terms of if she's earning more than you, just accept it. It is what it is. It is up to the lady. It is up to the lady to distinguish the difference between the workplace and the home. If it is in terms of responsibilities, of course, now you know now responsibilities now comes with paycheck, different paychecks. You agree between the two of you. Excuse me. You agree between the two of you who will take care of the big bills. The example now, the rent, fees. You agree between the two of you.
True.
Who will take care of this and who will take care of this. They just have to sit down and talk as adults. Of course, first thing as adults, don't just sit down and talk. No. Put egos to aside, as she said. Relationships are two-way traffic. It's not one way. So
and it's a learning process. So if the way you've said, things are evolving, mindsets are changing, it's sort of maturing or whatever.
Yes.
I like a better way of putting it. So you're doing it together. So you're learning together. You know, if we are changing from how we used to do things to this other, how are we, the transition, how will we make it smooth? You know? Exactly. So it's you. If you're compatible, you'll know how to sort this, how to approach one another on different terms.
All right. Can I ask you guys a question? So I know we are talking about happy wife, happy life. So there's this friend of mine, her name is Joy, and she happened to tell me about a challenge she was encountering in her own relationship. And and I found this to be very interesting because we are now talking about happy wife, right? And she is the wife here in this sense, in this context. So she was telling me that, okay, I know not all men have an issue with this, but some men cannot settle with a woman who is providing everything.
What's the issue?
So, like,
they feel little, they feel belittled.
Maybe.
No, what's the issue?
I don't know what will you tell such a friend of mine, because I was also a bit like, I don't know what to tell you on that, but I'll obviously ask a few more people to tell me how they would approach it. Do you feel
as long as okay, I understand. You see, like now in that situation, what happens is, this I'll take you back to high school. These scientific calculators, syntax error. It happen. That's what happens. The man does not so syntax error. It doesn't load. He doesn't understand because the man is here to provide and all that bullshit.
Well, okay.
No, it's BS. Anyway, so the one can't understand that she's providing everything. It's not loading. He's not understanding kabisa. So as long as the guy sees that kwake I load and he's trying to do something about it, then the guy should relax.
What do you think?
Also, she should relax because she's seeing that he is trying. That was a mouthful, huh? It was a mouthful, huh? So don't just, the lady should not, now, I don't say her name, but she should not start saying, hey, no. As long as the guy is trying and he's trying his level best, maintain.
Okay. How about
and even for the guy, if you don't cut you'll plug him in there. For the guy, I will relax, but not relax it now. Don't do your best. Keep trying, keep looking for work, keep going out there, keep looking for things, keep doing your best. Yeah. There's this song. It's called Agent Sasko from it's the New Chapters Reading. For those of you who listen to music, something's got to give. So at one day, it may not be today, but it'll be tomorrow. It may not be next year. But someone somewhere is seeing your hard work. Then you never know. It is things will always open up.
Yeah.
As long as you put your hard work in it.
Okay.
I have to say something.
I think maybe I'm just gonna highlight something I was seeing in one of the newspapers some time back. I know that's a good idea to just spill it all out. But what the happy wife, happy life lie does is to make you fear going home, especially if your spouse is the one having one of those days. So imagine huyu mwanaume bwana. Okay, we know a lot of stress, a lot of issues come up in marriage, and in this situation where the wife is on top of the man, like even financially, even providing for the man does not get to exercise who he really is. So that is why it's a lie, because the man is not living his life. He's living like a prisoner. Oh, and specifically in this situation where the wife is providing for the family in terms of all the financial aspects. Yes, I know independence is a big thing right now. Watu wanataka kuwa na independent hustles, independent type of vibe, even with their friends. Anataka akienda out, anawambia, hey, my hubby cannot tell me, but I can go home anytime I want. Yeah, I can do anything I want in the home, and because you have that financial gain, that financial say in the marriage. So I feel like there's need to also separate the financial status of a couple, the husband and the wife separately, and approach marriage in a different trajectory. Yani, unaona, tuacha kusema ni finances. Yes, kuna hizo aspects kama finances, kuna hizo aspects kama protection and provision, but they row you to your wife and they row her to you. How are you guys nurturing that? Without you guys nurturing it, kila wakati haitaiwork. Yeah, me, that's all I can say.
I can't disagree with that. You have to you have to work on your relationship. Both of you.
Yep.
Because as I said, so you know, when we're doing exams, that's in there. So we do exams. So ile as highlighted above. Kaza kuandika theory zako.
Yes.
Moreover, as in addition, as stated above.
Yes.
Is on zero. So as stated above, as I said earlier, it's a two-way street.
Yep.
So both of you have to work at it. It's not, a relationship is not a one-way street. It's a what? Kuna hizi some things of power. It's not vertical. It's horizontal. It's two-way.
Bumper to bumper.
Yeah, it's two-way.
Okay.
So on that note, I would like to tumalizia hapo tu.
Yeah, basi.
Tuache stop rambling sana.
Lakini tumesema happy wife, happy life ni uongo.
Hayo ni
uongo bwana.
Uongo. Hiyo ni uongo bwana. Hakuna. Hiyo ni uongo hiyo. Uongo. Acha uongo.
Now we'll step into things that have gone on over the past week. Today's one. As of today, this recording. So was it the previous night? Kipchoge came back to Kenya. He was interviewed. He was on a certain media station. I don't know if you guys watched it, but man says he tries to read at least 20 pages a day.
Interestingly, I listened to that. I was watching.
You watched it?
Yeah.
Sawa basi. In fact, for me, the two guys who are the two guys who are interviewing him.
Yeah.
I was more interested in seeing the other one, Dan was wearing the black sweater. Because No, it's called James Wakabi.
All right.
James Wakabi, I'm a very big fan. I've been following James Wakabi for a very long time, since when I was on a previous media house. He would do Saturday music and sports. Then on Sunday, he would do football Sundays. So yeah, clearly I'm a football fan. I play football. Arsenal is the best team in the league. I said it is the best team. I said it.
Happy wife.
No, we are leading. Even if it is 8 or 9 games to top of the table. Sisi kama Arsenal.
Mutaendelea tu.
Tutaendelea tu na mstari hiyo. Tulipiga Liverpool. You said mulisema we are waiting. We have not played a tough opponent. Ndio tulipelana Liverpool tukawapiga.
Si wote, hamjapatana na wote.
Sasa nibakia Chelsea peke yake.
Sawa, tutaona.
Si nibakia Chelsea.
Wakati time will tell.
Si nibakia Chelsea afu na Manchester United wakuja Emirates au tuwafinye kama kawa.
The wise man decides to keep quiet. Anyway, keep going.
Chelsea tu. Just Spurs tulifinya. Kawa.
Yeah.
United wacha kuja Emirates tuwafinye. If tufinya kwao, but the king of game Joe. I still have pains on that game.
Eka kwa mapafu.
I still have pains on that game.
Hey,
because we played
out.
better than we dominated you in everything except accuracy. Kama ni sad.
Breathe out.
Ni sad. Ni sad. We have to mend hivi.
Yeah.
Liverpool tukapiga Spurs kama kawa ni those are the only bibi tunapiganga decide ni.
All right. So that kuna shida wa kidogo. Sawa. Yes.
Now that came from now the following of Mr. James Wakabi. Now back to Kipchoge. He was saying that he tries to read at least 20 pages a day.
Yeah.
I found that very interesting. Because 20 pages a day, that translates to what? 20 pages a day, that's 100 pages a week. Give or take, a novel is like 400 pages. 400 to 600 pages. So that translates to around what? a book a month.
I think he said 3 books in a month.
3 books in a month.
Yeah.
Because it's 20 pages of a different book.
Yes.
So give or take.
Yeah.
Give or take. Yeah, give or take. If you do the math, it's like 3 books a month.
Yes.
I found it to be very interesting.
Why, bwana?
Why? Kuna shitilafu, but mami iko sawa. Iko sawa. Not because I used to be an avid reader, then I stopped because life happens. Life happens because things happen. Unapata shughuli mingi.
Pressure na extra pressure ka Nairo. Tunaelewa, hiyo tunaelewa
For the period, like 3 books, I'm like, yes, this is interesting. Discipline.
Yeah.
Because even the discipline now even translates now to discipline of trying to read 20 books at 20 pages a day.
Yes.
That discipline translates to his training, translates to his work regiment, translates to his diet, translates to his goals.
Yes.
You're like, okay, this is nice.
So are you wondering if you can match up, or what is your worry if
my worry is if I need to find time to start reading those books again.
I think you just need to create a habit. So they say if you involve some activity or something in your daily schedule for the next 3 weeks, hopefully tuseme hii mwezi tumekaa leo ni day 12, useme by end month nitakuwa nimejaribu kujiforce kusoma, hata kama si vitabu zote, hata newspapers ni kusoma, lakini unasoma kitu ya maana.
Sindio?
But vitabu pia
kufunga nyama peke yake.
Vitabu sasa unajua, I think content siku hizi iko in very many forms. See just kitabu literally. Like you can even watch a YouTube video, but it's so informative. It's like you've read a whole book, right?
That is the audiobooks.
Infographic books
though for me, okay. This is a personal preference. Robert's personal preference.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm old school. I like having the book itself, not audiobooks. Because I tried reading these PDFs, now the online book. I think I got through now the COVID times.
Yeah.
I read like 4 books. I'm like, nah, this is not for me. I tried.
Maybe it's the model you are using, because they say for any process to work, especially when reading books, you got to think, then ink, then share. So I think the idea should be, when you're reading a book or reading just any content that is valuable to you, try and ink something down, write something down. Even if you're reading from your PDF, just make sure you write it down somewhere else. And then now with that, try and share it. It can be on your social WhatsApp status or your Twitter or in your Instagram captions. But in essence, you are trying to make it more fun. You're just not making it about reading, because when you say reading, watu wengine wanashikaga ni kushika kitabu kusoma na ni hivyo. Haisaidii. So ni unasoma lakini bado unaandika. And then ukiandika sasa unajifunza kukusha hizo captions, and na feeling hiyo itakuwa very, very impactful if you go that way.
For the lady in the room, we're talking about the way Kipchoge said that he reads at least 20 pages a day.
20 pages?
How
big are the pages? Are we talking of A4, A5?
No, see, I would guess that's what a book. So, so that's like what, 2 chapters a day? 2 to 3 chapters depending on the book.
Nice.
3 chapters a day. For sure, yeah.
So like now for me, okay, again, to each his own. For me, I don't like reading these romance novels, because those romance novels, those people don't exist. There's no way I'm going to.
It's fantasy.
Yeah, it's fantasy. So now for me, my fantasy is sci-fi and Mimi. Because
vampires.
Not vampires, just generally sci-fi. Like this guy, I will. But who?
But you do realize sci-fi and romance don't exist. Both of them don't.
I know.
He prefers.
My preference.
Una prefer kudanganywa na science.
Exactly. Yes.
Tumekuelewa sasa.
Acha mapenzi, acha mimi nisimame mapenzi ikae. As that famous song goes.
Hapo sawa,
Hapo ndo msanii hapo ndo kile hiyo ngoma. Acha mapenzi ikae mimi nisimame. Kuna ngoma fulani inaendanga kituka hiyo.
mapenzi kaimini simama.
Kitu hivyo. Zakala kuna I will remember after ndakutumia. So for me I would rather be lied to by science because like now I'll give this is my personal preference. I don't want to knock off you if you like that's what sour. Like ni preference man. Preference yangu. Like this guy msalika Da Vinci Code nitangaje? Si Robert Ludlum. Robert Ludlum. Yeah, is it Robert Ludlum? No, the guy with Da Vinci Code. Da Vinci Code. The Da Vinci Code. Abu check. Kuna net. Wangalia real quick.
Ndio tunajaribu hapa lakini
the Da Vinci Code. Trying to remember that guy's name. And I've read Da Vinci Code like twice. I've read Angels and Demons.
Nice.
I've read Mange some. There's a book called Mange something. Mangof. I can't remember that name, but that one. That same guy. He also teaches creative writing at Oxford, if I'm not wrong. It's loading. So that guy, I'm trying to remember that guy's name. Dan Brown. Yes.
You are right.
Hey, Dan Brown.
Correct.
Yes. Hey, jini mketuma kukuja.
Lakini ni sawa. Unaona importance ya kusoma. Na kuandika mahali. Niko sure kuandika mahali.
It's been a while. Still like now Dan Brown. Probably if I mentioned Dan Brown, like, Dan Brown, you or two? Maybe something else. Look, to each his own. I've read Dan Brown, I've read Stephen King, I've read Clive Cussler, I've read Tom Clancy, I've read John Grisham, I've read Robert Ludlum. The guy, for those of you who remember a movie called Sum of All Fears, it's based on his book. Okay? Good. Robert Ludlum, the guy who wrote this is Bond Supremacy, Bond Identity, they're based on his books.
Wow.
Robert Ludlum. And I say his name, Robert.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, but okay, like now for those 6 guys, those guys are very, very interesting books. And apparently John Grisham and Robert Ludlum are related. Apparently, I don't know. I'll confirm that.
All right.
Yeah, but those 6 authors, they're very okay because that's why I've mostly happened on consider sana. Because like Stephen King writes mostly horrors. So if you are these books are like there's this movie called The Shining. It's based on his book. There's a movie called The Dark Tower, something like that. So based on his book. Lord of the Rings, the trilogy movie. I cannot remember who wrote those books, but the movie is based on a book. Those books, the trilogy and actually Game of Thrones, they're based on books.
Yeah.
But now those books are like 1,000 pages, like 1,000+ pages. And it's in English, and it's not English. It's English. Yeah, English.
Yes.
I know that
can grammatize.
I know the English authors. That's like so because like now like Lord of the Rings. I remember I read that way back in high school. You know now high school. It's either you read or you have to make yourself busy.
Really?
Because high school is very boring. Anyway, high school was boring.
For me, it wasn't boring.
No, as in boring in terms of when I say boring, is preps, that is boring.
Hiyo part haiko ina bamba.
Haiko ina bamba.
Because of routine.
Routine. Venye tu umeongea tu.
Ulikuwa top 5 bana. Ama top 3.
High school was fun.
Kuna mbogi tulikuwa tunasumbuka sana.
Kuna
walai
watu wengi kasi tulikuwa
high school life was not for everyone.
Watu wengi kasi tulikuwa top 5 from the other side. From the other end.
Wengine tulikuwa the flock tu. Wata tu mbogi.
Hapo tu katikati. Twende. So of course the subjects which always perform very well in don't get it twisted, so
all right. Okay.
So no that sounds
kibaya cha
Tajitembeza.
lakini Kiswahili sio mdomo changu bwana. Kiswahili was
we pardon you.
Speaking of Kiswahili, do you think Kiswahili should be abolished? Not abolished, but equal optional.
No,
equal optional.
An African language. Okay,
equal optional.
Kufanya nini? Kusoma?
Yeah. Listen. No, hear me out.
Anyway,
equal optional. Lakini you take up an international language, There's no international languages. It's French, Spanish, German, French, Spanish, German, Japanese,
Korean,
Mandarin,
Chinese.
Mandarin is Mandarin, Cantonese, Swahili, but fuck Swahili. Swahili kifukuzwe bana.
Ukipatana na wenzangu kutoka Swahili study wewe.
Wewe kitu. Anyway, now you choose one of those languages.
Yeah.
But then it's not examinable. You just learn how to speak it and write it. Then now once you finish high school, you're told now, not you're told, but you're guided on how you can get now other material. Would that be more better or better way?
It wouldn't.
It would. Okay, that's why I said my opinion. That's just my opinion. Kiswahili is optional because Kiswahili niangusha, but Kiswahili
I feel like at this point and age tunaishi, Kiswahili ni lazima ikuwe tu part of life, eh? Because mtu anaangaliaga direction yenye lugha ina take. Ukiangalia French countries mobs zinaanza kuiadopt, sivyo? Na sasa Swahili pia it's the same. Like it's an African language right now.
Yes, but you see now they can know what they know what we'll speak, what we can speak. Isn't it time that we know what they are speaking?
In which language are you trying to say? Which other unifying language in Africa is there?
These people are learning our language so they can know what we're talking.
So now we should
imagine.
We should learn their language.
No.
So that when they are discussing us, we can tell them where I hear you.
It complicate.
It will complicate. How?
Kwa sababu imagine tunaingia room mmoja wetu unaongea German, mwingine anaongea French, mwingine anaongea Mandarin ama Chinese, and then tuko in one room and there is no unifying factor. Si ndio maana
English.
Okay,
you can't talk English.
So now you prefer English to Swahili?
English in addition to Swahili is what I say. English in addition to Swahili. Swahili has to be on the room.
I would say maths English. Ndio hizo zikuwe compulsory.
Because why?
Why?
Why English and not Swahili?
Then now Swahili ikuwe optional.
Why?
Because it is an international language already.
Ukikosa kulearn Swahili unalearn nini basi?
Now
optional.
Now the international languages, now you're the French, the German, the Spanish, the Amharic, the Arabic. Now you choose one of those ones.
But
but the caveat is it's not examinable. You just learn such you don't
need. Get the motivation if it is not examinable. Exams are there so that we learn them and understand.
No.
Anyway, exams are there for cramming. Okay. For the exams for the education system in Kenya. Exams are there for cramming, not for you to learn. Because if we can ask you, like, we'll look at top 3. We'll look at top 3. Sasa.
But
that's 1.1 from 2.
But if we were to remove a language so that we give the wide option of doing another international language, then let us remove English.
No, Swahili.
But English is international now. How will I talk with people from...
No, I'm saying Swahili. Because exams are set in
English.
Bas, except Swahili. Swahili is just a different language.
Good one.
You see, this newspaper we have right now is in what?
English.
Except the Swahili. So no, that's what I'm saying. Maths English. Sindio. This is compulsory. But lakini the rest sasa ukue chagua.
Swahili makes us.
Mimi nasemaje?
Hence it being optional. If you want to choose Swahili, endelea nayo.
But
if you want to choose French, endelea nayo.
Why are we doing Swahili? Why is Swahili emphasized to date? It is because it is the only language that is Pan-African. And without a language that is connecting the African continent, my friend, the dream of becoming one day, one Africa, one voice, is gonna be tough. Your dream of Africa, one voice was killed with Muammar Gaddafi, sadly. That is a whole other wormhole I don't want to go into. No, you're not going to delve into it. But if you guys start realizing, It is like we are now trying to define ourselves in a land full of confusion. Unaona?
Yes.
The English walikuja wakasema English ikuwe national language yetu by the time they were leaving the country after independence, right? And they never gave the African man ama the African people a chance to say what they really wanted. And I feel like Swahili, for instance, sijui kama mnajua, but in Uganda, Swahili is used only in the military. You know that? And they use it because when the East African community is engaging in war with maybe Al-Shabaab, they're able to converse in uniform, like in unison, like tuongee kitu yenye hawaelewi, lakini sisi kati yetu tunaelewana.
But hear me out. Would it be better? Would it be better in terms of reconnaissance and everything? You understood the Amharic and know, asa anasema hivi. Then come back and say, asa anasema hivi, and this is what they'll do.
But we don't need to learn their language to know what they're thinking, because sometimes you're able to read the energy in the building.
No, forget about energy. Because energy can just be bland, but then they're talking in their language and you can't hear shit.
So do you think when somebody's saying, we mtu ni mtumbwakni sana, yeah, and the facial expression and you're able to observe, you'll not tell when they're saying negative about you.
People are good. People can hide in facial expressions.
It is your intuition that is not as good.
No, not intuition. I'm just saying that's the language, so that you can be able to hear and understand. Hey, these motherfuckers are talking some shit that.
No, and this is not in any way tribal or anything, but ukiparana Msomali, umeona vile anaongea hata kama amefurahi. Hata kama amefurahi unaweza fikiria na kutusi ama anasema vitu zake. Una get. But I don't know whether it makes sense. I cannot learn every language. I have, as you said.
No, I'm not saying learn every language. I'm not saying learn every language. I said at least one. That's why it's optional. Of the optional. Not you learn it now that you're not good learn Swahili. Don't learn this. No. You choose one of the 10. I think the 10 or 15. I think the 15.
Hata Russian nasikia sahi Putin amesema kama mtaijua dunia mzima noma. Gori.
You see now. Eventually, no. You see like now. Okay. For those of you listening, there's no such thing as Chinese. It's either Mandarin or Cantonese.
Yeah.
So you see now, for the sake of the East being the East, you'll have to learn one of those two.
By the way.
You'll have to learn one of those two, either Mandarin or Cantonese, and now Japanese. Now you'll have to learn one of those three. You'll have to.
You see, Africa is so diverse. There are so many ethnic languages in Africa compared to those other continents. So if Kiswahili is actually one thing that we might share as a continent if we embrace it.
No,
because, for example, the English have English. The way we've said the East, like hawana that diversity, hawana so many small things. Like Kenya ourselves, right now, we have more than 47 tribes.
I think the 48. Anyway, 47.
Yes, so I think we should just embrace Swahili. That is what keeps us together. The way people in France speak French as a nation, whether you went to school or not, the same way we, as Africans, as Kenya, let us bring it more personal. As Kenya, we make Swahili our unifying thing. So we cannot abolish it.
I'm not saying abolish it. I'm not saying abolish it. I'm just saying
English
optional.
even had to teach us.
I'm just make it optional. I'm not saying make it, as you wind up. I'm not saying that you need. Just make it optional. Because like now, in all fairness, unatuma fasihi simulizi wapi sahi? Zidi ame zidi. Fafanua maze.
Fasihi simulizi is like literature. See, it is the literature part of Kiswahili.
That's
So we are
what I'm
using it to understand quotes and understand memes and get humor from conversations. We are really using Fasihi simulizi.
Like now you're zid. Okay. I didn't do a mezid. I'm just saying. Like now, because I've an older brother. I think that have to find a mezid. Anyway. Point is, that is the land walitumia kwa exam yao. Zidi, ame, zidi. Fafanua sijui maudhui 10 sijui nini. Surely. Aje. You see? But anyway, again, as I've said, as I was saying, I'm not saying that we abolish it They just be optional. Because even when we have moved from the times change, the ages change. The age of brute force has ended. Right now, with the age of information.
True that.
Being that we're in the age of information, we need to know what these other motherfuckers are thinking. Pardon my French.
It's true. But
We need to know what these other motherfuckers are thinking and what they're saying. So the
how do
only
we achieve that? Because
By
that's a bit of a dilemma.
by learning their language, because they are learning our language. They are learning. With people of house, you're a person of house, Indio.
Yeah.
How many times have you? I will assume you're a person of house.
I'm not.
House. Which part of the this diverse Kenya we live in? Where are you from?
I'm from Bungoma.
Bungoma. Have you seen these Tunans who come? Rani mzungu kabisa. Afu anaongea Kiluya kabisa fluent. I'm sure you've seen that somewhere.
But
You've seen?
so fluent, yes.
Yeah. You see, these fuckers are learning our language.
It's because they have sacrificed and dedicated their time to learn.
We should do the same. We should do the same
But
thing.
But people should learn. If you're
Why have you
learning
not
the
started?
language,
Who
you
says?
should
Who
have
says?
a
Who says? I'm not started?
Are you?
Who says I'm not started? Who
Please,
said?
Talk us.
Uno, dos, tres.
If you're learning
Uno,
the
dos,
language, you
tres.
should have a reason.
¿Cómo estás?
Because some people who learn the native languages, for example, in Kenya, the instances I've seen, they come as missionaries because they want to maybe preach the gospel to those interior people. So we should also have an aim, like why do we want to learn Spanish?
But why are we also going outside before even sorting things in our own houses, indoors? Kwa sababu gani, my friend? Can you write in Kikuyu or can you write in Luya, fluent Luya? And yet the system has for the longest time overlooked.
Check.
So we should introduce mother tongue back to the syllabus.
Why are we going out before even looking in? Tuelewane sisi wenyewe.
Check hapo kwa writing hapo tuache tu hapo. Hapo tuache hapo tu.
Yaani ngori.
Because I cannot write in my native tongue
Exactly.
to save my life.
Na wewe unataka kujua como estas el estremecero sacate.
Yeah. Yes.
Sarasutuse.
Because I want to know what these fuckers are saying.
It's okay.
I
But
want to know.
what if
Because I want
we
to
strengthen?
know.
What if we strengthen our bonds within ourselves? That she is able to speak like Modo Anyoba, and someone else is able to speak like our very able learned friends. How? Why don't we want to first focus on that? There are people in our midst who English is able to come profusely, whereas others
Circumponiously.
it is always a dilemma, It's a quagmire. Matter of fact, we have interviewed and we have talked to people from Kiambu, people from Nyeri, and unfortunately,
Are you sure?
let us strengthen that. Let us strengthen our own nyumba kumi type of vibe before even starting to know Habibi means what. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm not throwing shade on my Nyeri people, please. Nyeri people, tuko na nyingi tuko pamoja. I'm not throwing any shade because even us, like me, I'm from Central.
Yes.
We have no L. Everything is R.
Matter of fact.
We have no L. So it's but it's those things that I would, in my opinion, it's those things that bring us together.
Yeah.
That diversity. We should use that diversity to bring us together. And yeah, I get your point, and I'm for it, kabisa.
Yeah.
We should of course, we should first sort internal before going external. But you see, again, as I've aptly said, we are in the information age. We need to learn these things quick, fast. We need to learn these things quick, fast. We need to, or no need to. Okay, in my opinion,
Yeah.
Now speaking enough for my opinion, we need to learn these things quick, fast, so that you can know what these fuckers are saying. So that, because
you
it's
have the Google translator. What else do you need?
No, I don't.
You said it is not examinable, right?
So start to just know. Forget about
not using Google
For the
Translator for now.
Forget about Google Translator. I'm just saying, start. They say, who knows? There's about a job huko. Then I told, can you speak fluent? This happened.
And what level by there are you targeting? Are you targeting university, high school, or primary?
Should we know the basics of these languages?
Yeah.
No, for me,
Just in
okay,
case opportunities come.
in my opinion, from as early as pre-unit, from as early as pre-unit, so that you can hold at least a basic conversation
with another
With a
person.
foreigner.
with a foreigner.
Okay.
Being that right now the world is a village, it's no longer. Was it a city before? No, it's a village.
It was a world. It was no longer a world.
Being that right now the world is a village, I believe we should start as early as pre-unit.
Yeah.
Start the basics too. Ile hi. I think,
Bonjour.
but like now, from what I remember, my very, very, very most basic of French teacher, and I used to hate French. Okay, I actually hated the teacher, but that's a story for another day. That girl was a pain in my ass. Pause, guy,
You
please.
see a personal.
Check it. Umsa alikuwa anichukia. Sawa.
Because of
Wait, you
check. Let's not focus on that. Let's not focus on what I did or what I didn't do.
But what
Let's
did you
focus-
learn from French?
There's this the verb there, the verb to be. They're different nini. I think that's how you learn the basics nini, something like that. If memory serves me correct. But anyway, at least you learn how to hold a basic conversation.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? How are you doing?
yourself.
Introduce yourself. Then at least, you can be able to read. So that now, like now, like there we have English novels. These novels are translated in their languages. And there are it's like I didn't get your name. Madam in the room.
Salome.
Salome, sir. It's like Salome. Sorry, pardon me. It's like now Salome. There's some words in your native language that cannot be explained or cannot be. There's no English equivalent. So also now as
Hata hiyo kushtuka. Inanga.
there's no just MMH. So that apart from that, there are also other words where there is no English equivalent.
Yeah.
So now as you dive deep into these other languages and as you read, as you've learned to read them, you can also find out how they now you find out now more about them, how they do their oral literature, more about them. As much as you know about their culture, as much as you know about you, as of course you should know. By the time you're going there, you know about
Yourself first.
So I'm skipping over that first.
Yes.
So that's so. So but now by the time you are now digging deep, you are now these words now like those words which don't have an English equivalent. You can now those help in your creativity. Ndio tu. Anything else unaweza ongeza as we wind up? Juu tumeongea sana.
Mimi nitasema tu nilichosema. Kwa sababu mimi ni mtetezi wa Kiswahili sanifu.
Kiswahili kifukuzwe bana.
Na natambua eti ya kuwa wengi hawana mwito wala hawana ile kuwajibika kufanya nini? Kusoma na kunena Kiswahili. Lakini ni wakati ambapo
cheki.
Ni high time, ni wakati wa juu.
Abooky na English manze.
Translator. Mimi si kama president wetu Ruto pale Tanzania. Eti anawaambia translator, hivi utanisaidia kunongoneza hivi Lakini ninachosema ni ya kwamba
You're struggling.
ni mate si kwangu.
Nasikia.
Anyway.
No.
Wow, my Swahili counterpart is so embarrassed. I'm sorry. I tried.
Kiswahili.
I am gonna be a better ambassador in future. But essentially, this conversation goes back to what we said, and that's my highlight of the conversation today. That Kipchoge has a discipline, has a culture where he engages in 20 pages at least a day. So my last shot, or what I would say my parting shot, is that we need to be more readers and lead by reading. We lead by reading. Please.
Person of house. Hey.
Lead by reading.
Hey.
We are going to only lead by reading.
Read by reading.
Yes.
Congratulations.
My mother should say, Mama, I made it. Anyway, that's all I can say for now. Yeah. And my name is Lincoln Mwangi. I'm from Kenyatta University. I'm a public health student. And I really enjoy global citizenship. And when this conversation comes up, I'm quite enthusiastic about it because I know it lays base to a greater future where you will be able to connect with the French and you will be able to talk with them in French so freely. But it is back to your personal initiative. If right now you're saying you have priorities and kusoma hiyo kitabu ya 100 pages in Ngori, utadedicate aje kila siku 15 minutes kusikia a French tutor juu unaweza mpata online ama kuingiaga kwa pale Google Translator yako unaandika na mimi leo nimesikia nimechoka sana in French ni nini? You know, if you do not do that, how are we gonna say that we're gonna change the culture? Never.
Shots fired.
Swahili ikuwe fukuzo. Bra.
Kiswahili kifukuzwe.
Kinafukuzwa aje kama wewe mwenyewe unayo simu lakini simu ukiingia pale memes wajua from A to Z. Wajua zote.
Of course.
Memes kila mtu anazo lakini hiyo inaongeza value gani kwa life yako?
Humor.
Exactly. Ukishia hiyo humor na mtu wako wa France ataelewa kitu yote. Ataelewa ngo. Lazima utatranslate. So rudi pale kwa Google Translate. Ukisoma meme unaenda una translate unaona kama bado itachekesha watu.
Lose the taste. It lose flavor.
Kuna juice tu fulani ya Kenya.
It's like explaining a joke. You're explaining a joke like wewe nini?
You should get it the way it is.
Yeah, that's my parting shot. Thank you guys for having me.
Acha nijaribu Kiswahili. Don't hold your breath. Mimi nimeshukuru sana kuwa na mimi. Naitwa Malkia Salome Inyange. Umekuwa wakati mwema kabisa. Nimefurahia mazungumzo. Nimefurahia jinsi watu wana mtazamo tofauti kwa mambo tofauti sasa hivi na jinsi ilivyokuwa hapo nyuma. Na ulimwengu unabadilika usiku na mchana na lazima tujizatiti tuweze nasi pia kama Waafrika kama wa Kenya kujaribu kwa kiwango cha ulimwengu. Yes, wow, that was a big trial, but I'm really grateful, Robert, for having me. I am happy. It's been amazing. It's been lightening, by the way. My day has been tough, but at least I've let loose.
Who knew?
There's a word you have used. Najiza what?
Kujizatiti ni kujikaza ama kujienda. That's a new one.
That's a new one for you. That's a new one.
We learn every day, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's this one word, nini kikusikitishacho. Nimeisema.
Kikusikitisha.
Today is a day of
that one.
Hey, hebu rudia.
Kitu?
That one. Now, as I was saying, this has been super califragilisticexpialidocious. This has been nice. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Okay.
That's an actual word. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
It's a national word.
It's an actual word.
Okay.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's an word. It's a word. Yeah.
They're not two words.
It's like 14 syllables. It's one word.
To mean what?
This has been awesome. This has been great.
Amazing.
This has been amazing. This is all put in one. And Robert is my name. Until next time, stay thirsty, my friends. This is the Bro Talk podcast across all social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, IG. My personal handle is R.MUguku, capital R, capital M, MUGUKU, tafadhali. MUGUKU, capital R, capital M. We can discuss all things hip hop. And set up.
Adios.
Adios.
Ciao.